Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Depending on wherever you are watching us from, welcome to BMS News.
Wike is going to pay for every dime he destroyed. Even if he leaves government, he will still pay. Wike thinks Abuja is Ada George. This is coming from Mr. Nwachukwu. Guys, let's listen to what Mr. Nwachukwu is saying.
What happened yesterday was we all of a sudden, our project managers and all the ETCs of them are in the site working. The next thing that we had is that both police, both navy, both army, both the civil defense, all of them converge in the site with caterpillars for demolition of the properties.
Now, before this happened, did you receive any notice?
We didn't receive any notice, but 2 weeks ago, they sent the caterpillar and demolish a small portion of the fence. That is the only a kind of notice that we receive. And when we saw that, we, on our inquiry, we discovered that the Honorable Minister, Wike, was interested in the property. So we quickly went to the court to report to the court because already there are two different court judgments over that property. And outside the two different court judgments, we now went into the court and asked court that this is what is actually happening. In view of that, the court now issued a court order. Then we went to the other part of it because the lands are in two different documents, and also secure another court order stopping that nothing should be done.
So confirm for us again the title you have over this land.
We have offer letters and we have certificate of occupancy.
Now, has there been any dispute over this land between you and any other party?
Yes, originally the land that was given to us is including where the sunrise are now. But all of a sudden, without even revoking of our title, part of it was cut and given to Sunrise, and they started developing that area. But during the time of last year reconciliation, when we have the judgment on the order of mandamus, there is a kind of reconciliation which they have said, okay, part of where the sunrise are developed already, not where they are also developing, that we should concede it to them and take over the other part of it that have not been developed, and some area where they are about developing. That was what was reached. And in view of that, the whole settlement was done and all our documents was released back to us. Right. So issue of being in contention does not even arise, because if the land is in contention and a demolition ought to be made, it will be in two parties now. Why is it that they didn't demolish the side of the sunrise? There is nothing that was done in sunrise area. They were not demolished.
Now, who oversees this settlement which you talk about, and where did it happen?
The former minister
of
FCT.
That's Mohammed Bello?
Yes, Mohammed Bello. He was the one that initiated the meeting. And also the director of lands was also in that meeting. Their legal department was also in that meeting. And everything was done. Settlement done. Then even when Wike came, Wike also had that these people now went back to Wike and be agitating back. And a meeting was called. We show our documents. After seeing our documents and on the meeting, Wike said, no, that we should go and sort it out, being that the matter is also in the court. And we left. All of a sudden, after his visit to the site, where he made the statement that he made, how can this land be given to to an Igbo man. The next thing is the demolition without even revoking. But that is not the issue. The main issue is there are 2 court judgments and there is 2 court order. Why would Wike order for the demolition of this property when those court orders are still insisting and the court judgment are still there? None of them was appealed. Nobody has appealed for the judgment of those courts. Nobody has vacated the court orders on this matter. If all these 2 things are not being done, how will you go and start demolition? What kind of banana country that we are into? Where there is no rule of law and obedient to the court orders and judgment, then the anarchy will abound. So I'm still insisting that, seriously speaking, for President Tinubu to allow Wike to remain in his cabinet is very, very dangerous to this democracy. Because we even had with authority that he was told that there is court order. Everything. He said they should go ahead and demolish. How can a leader, these are the kind of leaders we have in this country, how can Wike insist that demolition should go on when he was told that there is court judgments and there is court order? Why would he say that demolition should continue? It's very, very amazing. He ought not to say so.
Now, what is the interest of Sunrise in this particular plot?
Their interest cannot be more than where they are, because already they have nothing. As at the time the portion was given to them, my own title was not being revoked. So if we want, we can even take it over from them. But we say let the peace reign and allow their portion to be. Let them bring the revocation documents that give them a title. Can you give somebody a title when the other one was not revoked? Our documents are not being revoked as I'm talking to. We are not serving any distance. If they did, it's between them. No service that shows that these properties are revoked. But even if all these things are revoked, why will you see 2 court orders and 2 judgments and overlook them? Why? If truly these guys are leaders, if Wike is a leader, how can you see a court order and this judgment and you say you're a lawyer and you went ahead and do this? And this is exactly what he did in Port Harcourt. Once you are in disagreement with him, he go and demolish your property, he go and revoke your property. This cannot be done in Abuja. It cannot be done in Abuja. This place, we own it together. Nobody can claim the ownership of Abuja more than others. Even you are part of the owners of Abuja. And we are law-abiding citizens. Tell me any estate developer that is bigger than I and my brother joined together in this Abuja. Then tell me where we have been lawlessness. We follow law. We follow guidelines. We follow rules. The issue of between us and the sun rising. Sun rising have been defeated in the court. We have 2 different judgments over the issue. We have 2 different court orders over the issue. Sun rising was part of that case. FCT minister, including the FCT itself, are part of the case. And it is in view of that the former minister called for a meeting and resolved the matter. And all our documents that they had before, or they seized before, was returned back to us. The fresh new offer letter was issued to us. And all the payment that we ought to be paid, which if you calculate then it runs into a lot of money, was paid. So that cannot be as a result of dispute. If it is as a result of dispute, why did they not demolish the one of Sun Rising? That area is also in dispute. It's not only our side, because originally our land covers, including sun rising. It was verified that this their kind of jungle justice cut part of it and give to sun rising without revoking our own title. I know what it means. When the former title are not even revoked, how will you give another one? That is what Mohammed, the past minister, look at and see that it is improper to them to still hold this land. And he knock up this settlement, and everything was done. They started reissuing all the necessary things that needed to be done, and everything, due process, was completely followed. It was when Wike came that these people now rushed to Wike again, trying to reopen the matter that has closed. Then we went for a meeting. Wike looked at it and said there is no issue here because already there is a court judgment. In view of the fact that there is court judgment on it, that he cannot do anything. Until his boys that are fronting for sun rising carry him to those sites. He looked at the side and said, that he will not allow this to be. How can an Igbo man take this? Which people is he calling Igbo man? My immediate junior brother that is part of this business is former House of Representative in Abuja. He represents entire Abuja. He's a well-known businessman. How many estates do we have here? Can you count off? This is not the first time that we are getting lands, even triple of these hectares. So what is this? So that cannot be. It's not issue of a matter of dispute. It's issue that Wike is interested in the land and he wants to use proxy the way they normally do in this country to take the land from the back door. But
That's an allegation.
no, quote me anywhere. I'm ready to defend whatever that I said. Anything I told you on this, please try to air it. Quote me anywhere, I can defend it. He said it now. If not, how will he say, how can all this land be given to Igbo man? What is the meaning? If it's not, Igbo man is not qualified to get, that means he want to take it. That is the meaning of it.
So, have you commenced action on remedies?
Already, there is very, very simple. The single couple that was damaged over this property will be paid by the government, including Wike. Anyone that we could not collect before the tenure ends, Wike will pay even after the tenure. Because these individuals are supposed to be held responsible, even when they left government. Wike will pay, even if after the government. If we didn't collect all, it's better that he package and make sure everything is paid and this land released back. If not, if anyone that we couldn't collect now, when he come out from the government, he will still give us the balance. He will pay. And we are not going to do anything than to collect our money. But for payment, he will pay. Anyone he couldn't pay now, he will give us the remaining balance. Here is no reverse. He will pay.